What's up and welcome in. I didn't think Void would get stronger this season after losing Volatile Flow from the seasonal artifact, but Season 21's artifact is stacked with Void buffs. This Void Titan setup is taking full advantage of the new artifact and some new weapon perk combos to take it to a new extreme. This thing is explosive and so much fun. Gives you constant volatile enemies, huge Void explosions, constant heals, devour for you and your team, constant overshields, and spammable abilities. Even in harder content, this thing cooks. I'm going to show you from the ground up how I have this built so you can do all these crazy things too. First, let's start with the subclass and skills. The Sentinel Titan has two supers. Both are great. The Ward of Dawn creates a big bubble, and you can use that to gain weapon damage when you step out of the bubble or you have an overshield while you're inside. I like this for harder content to just stay safe, to have a oh crap button in case your teammates are dying or you're dying or you need to get a res or something important needs to happen. You can have this bubble and pop it. You can use it offensively to make orbs for your teammates or to just give yourself and your teammates a damage buff. So I like Ward of Dawn. Or Sentinel Shield is a ton of fun roaming super where you're basically invincible and can run around and just destroy everything. Or you can put up a big defensive wall that your allies can shoot through for a weapon buff. So both are great depending on the situation. I like Ward of Dawn for harder stuff on this build, or Sentinel Shield for just running around like Captain America. Then for the abilities, Rally Barricade for the shorter cooldown. It's 38 seconds instead of Towering's 48 seconds. Also, this buffs your reload speed, which is nice. Any jump you want. Now with the changes to Shield Bash, I like Shield Throw in almost every situation over Shield Bash. Shield Bash is fun for just making things explode when you hit them. So for super easy content like normal strikes or like public events, things like that, Shield Bash can be fun. But for almost anything else, Shield Throw is my preferred way to go because you can do it at range. It makes things volatile when you hit them because of controlled demolition. It's just a sure way to get an overshield from a distance. And with this build, you want constant overshield. Vortex Grenade is a great grenade to pull all the enemies into a single spot and then take care of them all. They'll all be volatile, they'll all explode, and then also it'll make all your weapons volatile. So then for the aspects, controlled demolition, hitting a target with a void ability or volatile explosion makes them volatile. Further damage to a volatile target causes them to explode, grants you and nearby allies health when volatile targets explode near you. So you're healing your teammates when you get kills, and almost everything's going to be volatile around you. And then offensive bulwark is really where this comes alive. While you have an overshield or an inside Ward of Dawn, your grenade charges significantly faster. The rest of this I don't really care about that much with melee range and damage and stuff like that, but the fact that while you have an overshield, your grenade charges significantly faster, and it is significant. That's a huge part. So you always want to have an overshield up because it makes your grenade come back crazy fast. For the fragments, I have Echo of Starvation to get Devour on picking up a Void Breach or an Orb of Power. Then Echo of Persistence to increase the duration of Overshield and Devour. Echo of Expulsion. Void ability Final Blows cause targets to explode. This includes Shield Throw and Vortex Grenade. Paired with everything being volatile and exploding, this just makes it crazy. Echo of Instability, defeating targets with grenades, grants volatile rounds to your weapons just to make more volatile rounds, make more things volatile, more explosions, and that means more overshields for two reasons. One is Protective Breach. Picking up a Void Breach gives you an overshield or refreshes your existing overshield. Defeating a Void debuff target creates Void Breach while your Void subclass is equipped. These two together really play alongside of everything being volatile from controlled demolition and from instability. Then you're just making Void Breaches upon Void Breaches and constantly getting Overshield, which then plays into Offensive Bulwark, which means you're constantly getting grenades back. So all of that paired together on top of Heart of Inmost Light, using an ability, Grenade, Melee, or Barricade, empowers the other two abilities. Empowered means abilities have faster regen, Melees and Grenades do more damage, and Barricades have more hit points. This did get hit with a nerf in Lightfall. Honestly, it's hard to feel that nerf even now with how this is set up. So when you have an overshield and you have full Heart of Inmost Light going with hitting stuff with a melee and a barricade up, your grenade comes back almost instantly. And we're leaning into that too with impact induction and grenade kickstart and two bombers. But it's seriously so crazy how fast it comes back. But even when you don't have your subclass stuff going or don't have any of that stuff going, you can still get an overshield just from this new auto rifle. This is a craftable weapon from the Last Wish raid, which is farmable right now. You can jump in at LFG and hit Cali. I've been in teams where we've done the encounter in 10 seconds or less and you get a drop, or you can do the challenge mode and you get 2 drops. And what's great about this auto rifle is that it has a repulsor brace and destabilizing rounds. So destabilizing rounds, final blows cause nearby targets to become volatile. Cooldown between activations reduced when it's enhanced. So there's more things volatile, means more overshields because of void breaches, but also means that you can proc repulsor brace on your own without needing anything else from the subclass. But honestly, they go together so well and just stack upon each other to where you always have an overshield and everything is always volatile. I can't stress enough how highly I recommend this auto rifle. It's my favorite auto rifle in the new season, and I've never really been an auto rifle fan. I've always preferred SMGs or scouts for most content, but this thing is crazy. I love it. For the stats in this build, you want as much resilience as you can, as much discipline and as much strength as you can. Get those 3 as high as you can, and then the rest I would put into recovery if you have any left over. For the mods, heavy ammo finder, powerful friends, just to help your teammates out getting an armor charge. You can switch that out for anything if you're running solo. Void siphon to create more orbs. Impact induction, causing damage with your melee, reduces grenade cooldown. Firepower, your grenade final blows create orbs of power. Grenade kickstart. When your grenade energy is fully expended, you gain grenade energy. This is really what we've built all of our armor charges around in this build. That's the only thing we're using armor charges for is grenade kickstart. Then on the chest, right now I have solar reserves because I'm using a solar rocket. Harmonic resistance and concussive dampener, whatever resistances you need for the content you're running. And then leg armor of absolution reduces all ability cooldowns each time you pick up an orb of power. Innervation reduces grenade cooldown each time you pick up an orb of power. Invigoration reduces melee cooldown each time you pick up an orb of power. So every time you pick up an orb, you're getting a ton of ability energy back. And then on the mark, 2 bombers reduce grenade cooldown when using your class ability. And distribution reduces all ability cooldowns when using your class ability in your targets. And then for the rest of the artifact, authorized mods is important. Counter charge is nice to gain a stack of armor charge when you stun a champion. Supernova is going to be great. Picking up a void breach causes your next source of void damage to create a large weakening pulse. I already talked about under the breach and protective breach. And then squad goals, performing a finisher while you have devour grants devour to nearby allies when your void subclass is equipped. That is crazy. This is great, giving your whole team devour. And then I already talked about the age-old bond a little bit, but I'll talk about some other weapon options. If you don't have to deal with champions, I really like this setup with Wither Horde, Age-Old Bond, and Apex Predator, which is also newly craftable from the last Wish raid. And I really love it with Reconstruction Bait and Switch. It's just super easy to use and tons of damage. But if there are champions besides barriers, then you can always just pop on a Riptide with Chill Clip. And now you have all 3 champions taken care of with just Riptide because of Chill Clip. It slows with stasis, so it takes care of overload, and it shatters with 2 shots for unstoppables. And then you can run whatever exotic heavy you want. Leviathan's Breath is great. Tractor Cannon's great. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a little bit how this all works together. First, with no buffs active at all, I can get a kill here, makes them volatile, and then another kill procs Repulsor Brace, spawns a Void Breach and an Orb, and I have an Overshield now, which procs Offensive Bulwark, which gets my grenade back faster. So now I have an Overshield that lasts a long time, and I'm gaining grenade energy faster than I would be from just a couple shots with my auto rifle. So now when I empower stuff like my shield throw and my grenade, now I have volatile rounds from grenade kills, things just start exploding like crazy. Constant overshields, constant grenades back. Oh. Went super than I thought I did. Okay. Just keep coming, huh? can't see through these giant bodies. Well. That's the build, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you on the next one. Peace.